Hello, hello, hello. 3:30, ready to go. And it is Wednesday, right? Let's get over to the comments so that I can better see who is with us. All right. And hopefully both spots are streaming live. I see 3 eyeballs. Hi, Susan. Awesome. Hey, let me know if both screens are live and if I sound okay. No echoes. Last time it worked really well, so hopefully we're um, on the same page. Hey, Debbie. Awesome. So happy to see you here. If you would let me know if I sound okay. And it looks from my view that both screens are up. So hopefully we're good. Yeah. So Debbie said, here's the new thing, show. Ah, I love it. Debbie Rogers says, hi, Jules and everyone. Isn't that so cool? I love it when this works because it's a super cool program. Sometimes it's a little touchy, but so sweet. Awesome. So good. Good stuff. All right. So let me go back to that and hide that. Oh, where'd you go? It's moving so quickly now I have to find this again. Hide. There we go. All right. Hey, listen. Oh, hey, Judith. Good evening. Yes. Yeah. Wow. It's pretty late over across the pond, as they say. But thank you for peeking in, and we get to be the what you go to bed with. A lot of crazy beading women. I love it. It's so good. You're gonna have great dreams. Very, very cool. Very cool. So listen, I know that everybody right now, I all of your names look familiar and stuff, but when we're all done and people come back to watch the replay, it dawned on me that not everyone might know who I am. So on my walk today, I was like, remember to tell everybody who you are. And so I'm going to do that really quick for those of you who are watching the replay. First of all, thank you. Thank you for those of you that are here live. And huge thanks to everyone that's going to come back and watch it. So if you don't know who I am, I'm Juliana Jules Avalar, and everyone calls me Jules. I have been in the creative industries forever, from scrapbooking to jewelry making to die cutting to started off with Aline Jackson, the inventor of tacky glue, many years ago, and and so yeah, and I'm the inventor of the Jewel Loom, the bead weaving tool, which is super cool and super fun to use. So quick little intro there, just so that as you're tuning in, you know what you're doing and what you're seeing. So today on Wednesdays, we are doing what's called Bead Weave Create. And I am going to be featuring one of the inspirations by Juliana Beads in a Bag kit. So typically you'll see like a new one every month. And the current one, we're down to, well, we were down to one kit left. I just added 3. So just know this, I'm going to have to massage the 11 O's a little bit, which you know I won't put anything together that doesn't look amazing. But they might have a little bit of an amethyst brown, which I think is still going to be super gorgeous. But for those of you that were hoping to get in on it, like I said, there was only one kit left, but I added 3, so now there are 4. It's just that those other 3 are going to have a different colored 11O, that tiny little bead that you're not even gonna really notice anyway. So that is in the shop. It should be on the home page if I'm not mistaken, and or under kits. And so it's Inspirations by Juliana, Beads in a Bag. And so hopefully it'll be simple enough to find. I don't know if anybody here can grab that link, but that would be awesome. Okay, so to what I wanted to do, because last week we warped the loom and we started weaving our 8O beads. So I want to back up a little bit and I want to do the warping again because I think it's always really important. I feel like I can never show that enough. So I'm going to get rid of my face here. Awesome. And we're going to let the overhead. Oh, that's interesting. Let me see. And that's kind of interesting that it never. Oh, I know what I need to do. I have to hit a different button. Hold on. Did that do it? Ah, I wonder why that did not do that. It should take up the whole screen like it did last time. Okay, well, we got what we got. Alrighty. So here's the original Jewel Loom, and you'll see that there is a hole up here at the top and a hole down here that's closest to my body. The metal rod comes with the Jewel Loom, and both ends are bent ever so slightly. And what you want to do is you want to insert the rod into the bottom hole and then bring it up to the top. And then what I do is I just snap it in, okay? And then I give it a little wiggle just to make sure that it's nice and tight and that it's not going to come out. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to turn that over so that the button is facing me, right? So this button is closest to my body. I've already pre-cut 3 yards of hemp. This happens to be the 1 millimeter hemp, and it's in turquoise. It's absolutely gorgeous. And so I'll just do a little loop, and then I will take that and put it around the button. And I want to make sure that the knot ends up in the front of the button that's facing the grooves that's closest to my body. This way, the knot doesn't swirl around and then you lose that first warp's tension. And you'll better understand here in a second what I'm talking about. So I'm going to give it a nice squeeze, okay? And I think that's pretty good. And then I'm going to take, you see how I've got a hold of the Jewel Loom? And then I'm going to take the hemp and I'm really kind of tugging at it. And I'm going to lay it down and then I'm going to flip it over and it's just resting in one of the grooves. And then I'm going to bring that down towards me. Just try to eyeball it and line it up as best as you can. And all the while, okay, no matter what product you are working with, whether it's wildfire beading thread or it's hemp or it's leather cord, you just want to you want to make sure that you keep a nice tension on that very first warp. Then what I'm going to do is flip it over again, wrap it around the back button, and I'm going to be doing a demo coming up here with some 12 millimeter pearls, 12 millimeter pyramids. And so I'm going to be skipping 7. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to lay that down, okay? And then I'm going to flip it over, bring it up to the top there. And I've gotten pretty good at being able to eyeball space. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Awesome. Flip it over, wrap it around the back button. Same thing again. And let's see if I spotted it correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Fabulous. Now I'm going to be using 3 12 millimeter pyramids. Why do I want to call them pearls? That looks like one too many. Let's see here. So I'm going to do 4 warps. And I just want to count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Awesome. And then bring it back up. Oh, perfect. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And then we're going to flip it. And then I'm going to bring it around that button. And the cool thing about the hemp is like it just, it's so thick. I mean, look at that. I could never do that with beading thread, right? I would lose my warps. But with the hemp, it's so thick that it just like tucks in underneath the button. So it's pretty cool. I'm just going to trim this now, put that to the side, and then I just want to bring it under. And the whole goal is that you're just trying to secure it. So however you get to that point. And then sometimes what I'll do is I'll take the original tail and then I'll tie those two ends together. But you can see that ultimately what I'm trying to do is just secure it so that it's nice and tight. Perfect. So now I'm going to flip it over. All right. And we've got 4 warps because I'm going to be using 3 pyramids. But now I need to take the rod out. So I'll take my pointer, that's this guy, and I'll hold the warps by the grooves. And then I usually bring my tummy in just so it has a place to rest. Okay. And then I'll remove the rod. So now this loom is all ready for a demonstration that I'm planning because the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful 12 millimeter pyramids are back in stock. They finally came in from the check. Look how gorgeous they are. Absolutely gorgeous. And I also brought them in the 6 millimeter size, and they're just adorable. Look at them. Look how sweet they are. Look how cute. Too stinking cute. So these are the 6 millimeter, and then there are some 12 millimeter. But yeah, so I will definitely let you know when I'm going to do that demo. But I wanted to warp the loom because so many, I get so many questions about that. It's like, what did they say? Baritone, right? So this is good warp. This is really good warp. We didn't lose any tension on the first go around. That's usually where it happens. And we kept it really nice and taut on the last one. So this is what you want in the end. You want to have this really nice tight warp, whether you're using whatever material, beading thread, cord, etc. All right, so we're going to put this to the side now. And hopefully that helps some people if they were in need of a demonstration on how to warp their original loom. So I'm going to bring this beautiful ensemble in. And if you have the Jewel Loom inspiration book, this is Ocean's Desire. And so this was a project that was in the Inspirations Jewel Loom inspiration book. And the kits that I'm putting together are based on this design. And the beads are curated by me. These are not pre-made kits from another company. They are curated by me. So I literally source, put together all of the pieces. And then I put them together for a kit in a kit for you. Okay. So the directions will not only be in these tutorials on Wednesday, but they are in the, bring this in really quick here, in the Jewel Loom book. The components and all the step outs, so awesome. I really do love this book, if I don't say so myself. But the original quantity was to make a bracelet, like say between a 6 and 7 inch wrist. But I actually added, gosh, like 100 more seed beads. I believe the kits had like 1,750 seed beads. And yes, I counted them. I counted them once and then I figured out how to measure them so that I could repeat the madness. You're also getting, originally, I think it was 350 ADOs. I ended up adding at least, I think another 50 another 50 to 75. I can't remember. That was last week. But the point of what I'm trying to tell you is that you're going to have enough to probably make up to, 8.5, 9 inch bracelet. So you have oodles. I put more yummies, more decorative beads. So I'll break the kit down for you too. Sorry about that. You're going to get a plethora of, you get these cool feather charms. And then there are a lot of gemstone chips, lots of yum stuff, and little filler pieces, little filler beads. Everything is, great quality. Check the gemstone chips, Toho seed beads, and 11 O's, 8 O's, and then I put the button in there for you too. All you're going to need is your beading thread and then your warp material. And so whether you want to use the earth tone hemp like I'm using or something else, you could use leather as well. Okay, so let's see. So 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Okay, so 6 beads. I've got those on the needle. I don't see any movement in the chat. Maybe you're mesmerized. So maybe you could just say, I'm still here and I'm alive. so that I know. So I just popped those up and I'm going to bring it up to the screen here a little bit better. Gets a little bit blurry, but again, my pointer when weaving is my best friend, right? So I have the my pointer finger holding those 8 O's, and then I'm going to take the needle and I'm going back through the 8 O's and I'm on top of the warps. You need to make sure that the needle is always on top. Whoops, not out, but on top. Okay, perfect. Okay, can you see how the needle comes through there? See how it's on top of the warps and it's going through the beads. So basically what happens if you're not on top of the warps, the beads fall. So it's quite a little more fun than we want to have. Okay, let me just peek in here really quick. I just kind of want to see. I'm going to go from oh, here we go. Yep. All right. It just wasn't scrolling. I'm still here, but I don't know. You're alive. Oh God, you're so funny. Hey Sabrina, hey Nancy. Where would you put the feathers? Ooh, okay. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 feathers. And so, well, we're gonna do that together, Nancy. Next week, we're definitely gonna do the looping part. And so I would spread them out. You could certainly bunch them together. I have made some where I had them kind of like hanging just like on one side. I've made them where, I spread them out, you know? So yeah. Yeah, it'll be fun to do. All right, so let me just make sure I have 6 beads and then I'm going to let those fall. Oh my gosh. Marlon Brando's in the other room snoring. Okay, whoopsie. And then we're going to just pop those in there. This, the hemp is really sturdy. And so this is going to be quite a, whoops. Oh, I don't think I'm on top. There we go. Yeah, that would not have been good. Okay. So pull this through. Just making the base like this on the hemp would make for a really fabulous friendship bracelets. That's typically what people refer to when you just have like a row of seed beads, but this would be really substantial. So 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. And so all the kits have already shipped out, except for, like I said, there was one left, but I put 4 in the system because I do have the capability of making 3 more. It's just that the 11 O's are going to be a slightly different color palette. But again, I won't do anything that's ugly. Okay. So do you see as I am, am working this, how I'm keeping the integrity of each side so that, as I'm building this, it's really nice and keeping its shape, keeping its form. And then I'm also paying attention that I'm not leaving any loose material over here. So I'm conscious of how tight I pull because I don't want to distort the pattern, the form, but I also need to make sure that I don't have any loose thread. So this is looking really well. So I'm going to come back under, and again, I'm going to pick up 6 more beads. This is usually where everybody gets really quiet because you just get into this really peaceful meditative state of weaving, and it's just so nice and calming. Yeah, so I think that June is going to, because I'm working on curating all of the Ocean Desire components. So I think before that, I'm gonna have a really beautiful kind of purple, um, pink, not pink, but like an amethyst color um, collection. It's funny, I have to come up with names. Back when I was on Aleene's, every kit was named. So I love the weeds. Just yeah, I do too. It's really fun when they just pop up like that because it makes it so much easier. Last night I was working on and finished the June subscription bracelet, and I am just going to tell you, I had no idea. I mean, I knew it was going to be jamming, but when I finished it last night, I was just like almost in tears because it is so awesome. It's just really stinking cool. And I'm having the button made. We looked at the artwork today. Sometimes I have to just I think one thing, but then as the design comes together, I realize that, oh, okay, this is the type of closure it needs. And so we actually designed a feather um, button with some super sexy feather earrings and a pendant for those who choose to just go with the pendant. So it kind of this whole yeah, I don't know. I just love serving you all in this way because it's like I get to design some cool stuff and share it with you, and I love the process. It's so stinking fun. And then I love being able to coordinate, pieces that you can't find out on the street, right? Whoops. I just want to make sure. Let me bring that up a little. Yep. Okay. The goddess loom. What do you mean, honey? I don't have the loom you're using. I have the other loom. Oh, okay. Oh, thanks, Amber. I don't have the loom. I have the other loom. Does it matter which loom? Well, I mean, Sabrina, which loom are you talking about? Because I know I wish I remembered every loom everybody has. Do you have one of the wood looms? Let's see, 6. Yeah. So the only loom really that doesn't that the teeth, the black wire loom with the brown rods. Oh, honey, that's not the black wire loom with the brown rods. Um, sounds like that's not mine. But listen, if that's the loom that you have, all I can say is that I'm not proficient. I don't know how to set that one up. I don't, that's not in my wheelhouse. But if you know how to set it up and it looks like something you could do just by following me on this one, then I don't see why it wouldn't work. But we need to resolve that. we need to have you have a jewel loom. We need to figure that out. Okay, cool. So usually the base, you can whip it up really super quick. This one's taking a little bit more time because I'm, using, it's funny, I have to hold it up this way to see if I've gotten through. It's so dark in here. Um, I, if I'm using a thinner beading wire or beading thread, then, I can whip these up really super quick. But this hemp is definitely thicker, and so it's taking a little bit longer. But I love how this looks. I'm totally going to do some bracelets just with the seed beads and the hemp because I think that's really hot, especially for summer. And you know what? The teenagers will love this look. Super love. Okay, so let's see. I not found it. Or you can find them at Michael's and Joann's. Yep. Yeah, so the Jewel Loom, this blue one is at jewelloom.com. It's also at Michael's. Joann's actually doesn't carry, not to my knowledge. That could change, and every Joann's is different. I know I think they have my needles. Hobby Lobby, Michael's, a lot of the .coms have the original Jewel Loom. And Nancy has 3, right? It's like a family. It's almost like you can't just have one. Who said that? Was it Pat Santis? I think it was. It's a testimony, and she says or was it Angie Hay? Anyway, somebody said you can't have just one. It's like a potato chip, like trying to eat one potato chip. And so, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's at Joann's, Amber. For the longest time, people would say they see it here or there. And then somebody, including a family member, tried to tell me that it was at Walmart. And I was like, yeah, I don't think so. I mean, I know, I believe it's on walmart.com, but I don't think it's in the physical section at a Walmart. But then, sometimes these stores, I don't know. Yes, I need to get more too. I am borrowing one from Trisha. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's the kind of thing like I just feel like everybody needs to have a jewel loom. You have 4 and 5 of the baby looms. Oh my God, Debbie. Well, you have a goddess, right? Do you have the small and large goddess, Debbie? I can't remember. Oh, please, Jane. Yeah, like you know that I have so many looms in process, right? I have looms going back to 2013 that have things on them because when I was at the shows and demoing, I would just keep stuff, um, you know, in whatever, um, what's my word? I would just keep them the way they were so that I wouldn't have to set up everything again. So, oh, is it? Okay, it's sold online at Joann's. Interesting. I bet that's through Doris. Yeah. I don't know. It's so funny. I I know Michael's absolutely has them in Hobby Lobby. Okay, you have the large goddess. Okay. Well, and for the people that are in the subscription group and who join in the month of, um, or basically who are still subscribers in the month of July, they are going to get the latest loom that nobody has seen, and they're going to get it for a crazy, crazy price. And I'm super stoked about that. It's going to be it's going to be pretty cool to see what everyone thinks. I know your boy has the baby loom. Whoops. So has everyone along the way um done this process? Have you it's so funny. I got more light on this camera than I do the other one. Yeah, wow, look at how beautiful. Let me bring this up. I mean, look at just the beauty in the seed beads on top of this earth tone hemp. I almost didn't bring the earth tone in because I really just wanted, like a natural. But then I saw it and I was like, oh, thank God I brought it in. I really love it. Yeah, I'm just loving the how this looks and how it feels. So yes, I know Neely and I are due for a conversation with his product and the fiber loom. And yeah, yeah, the fiber loom just, it was so funny to discover, just on a whim that it was the teeth were perfect. Uh-oh, hold on. That the teeth were perfect for the capture chain. Wow, this is just so gorgeous. Hi, Lois. I have a hard time loom because it moves so much, but like weaving. Yeah. So have you seen some of the videos I've done on on it? I mean, obviously, it's a portable beading loom, right? I mean, it weighs like nothing. So for it not to wiggle, what I have found is you could put it on a piece of silicone, like a silicone, like maybe something you would put your mouse on from your computer, a silicone pot holder, something like that to help it from wiggling around. Because it's not a stationary loom. Um, and I've also shown where you could put some blue tape on its little bottom, and then you could put it down onto the table to kind of keep it in a place. I'm trying to remember if those videos are on in the media section of the Jewel Loom group. I think they're in the blog on the jewelloom.com site too, and they should be on the YouTube's channel. But yeah, there are definitely some ideas to um, help it from wiggling, but it just does. It just does. It's wiggly like its mama. It's got a little wiggle butt. But um, and two, Lois, do you see how I have my hand? How this hand is like keeping it in place? I feel like if you got a piece of silicone, non-skid type of material, right? And you learned how to maybe like I'm doing where I have my hands weight right here and then I'm holding this. So that helps a lot in kind of keeping it from getting too squirrely. So yeah, I need to remember to turn my light on because I'm having a really hard time seeing. Sometimes, if it gets really tight in there, I will bring in my flat nose pliers and very carefully pull. And then, Lois, do you see how I just transferred now my right hand, and how I have it right here? It's like a dance. You know, you kind of, the more you play around with how you're holding everything. So then again, I'm putting my left hand, you know, back on the loom. I'm also a scooper. I don't know if you can see how I pick up my beads, but I'm a scooper. So I scoop and I scoop and scoop, scoop, and one more scoop. Okay. And then I let this drop. Okay. And then again, here goes that hand where it's resting on the loom. So I've got like this control to keep it from moving too much. I'm kind of pushing down a little bit, but I'm not really conscious of it. In fact, that's so funny because I was never really conscious of it until you just said that. So that really helps. Whoops. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to keep doing that. Let me bring in, let's see how much I have to go here. And isn't this funny? Look at how, because this is the same amount of warps to this, same amount of beads. But when you're using, I'm going to bring it up. When you're using the beading thread, you can see how tight this is. You know, the beads are all kissed together. And when you're using the hemp, you know, the cording, you have a little bit more of a spread. And then this bracelet, you know, the Ocean's Desire from the book, I talked about this last week. You know, we sewed the clasp on. But this clasp, you know, I I sadly bought at retail. And I say sadly with the most respect. You know, and God bless my local bead shop for having it, but I needed it for the photography of the book. And so uh it's real, like it's a silver, you know. How many holes does this have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I don't know, what did I say last week? I paid like between $30 and $40, I think, just for this clasp. There are definitely cheaper clasps, but I just really love, you know, when I can use the cording or the hemp, and then I can just add a simple button. It just makes life so much easier. But it's super gorgeous when you do it this way too. I just love these. I can't get enough of them. So awesome. Okay, I'm gonna bring my face back in. And so hopefully everybody is receiving their kits, and then you can get caught up with your base. And let's see here. I'm gonna go back to, does that work? Add to stream. Oh, I'm opposite of where I was. Isn't that weird? And I'm getting a text. That is so funny. So good stuff. Good stuff. Thank you. I'm trying to keep these like to a nice little 30, you know, between 30 and 45 minutes. So those of you that are coming in later, you can kind of just, you know, get to the point and see what you need, um, you know, to learn and everything. So let me just scroll through right here and see if I missed anything. Thanks, Amber, for getting those YouTubes. Yeah, there's a couple different examples I did. I think it was like a silicone mat, a pot holder, double-sided blue tape. Um, oh gosh, what else was there? There was a couple different things. Yeah. So, yeah, and then just, just practice with the way that you're keeping your hand on the loom, and I think that will really help a lot. So, but yeah, so I hope to tomorrow I might actually peek on and do some of the pyramids. And tomorrow's pretty good. So, I'm kind of running back and forth, taking my mom to the doctors and helping with all of that. And so tomorrow's looking pretty good for me to do some more things. But yeah, I'm so excited about everything. You know what? Do you want to see for giggles where I'm at with the June project? It doesn't have the button yet. Are you in? Okay, I know you're in. Hold on. So Robert and I finished designing the the feather button. And if you remember I'm going to show it to you in a second. If you remember the color combination with the beautiful headpiece, the Indian headpiece. And so I ended up getting like all those beads, all those colors. And I was like, oh, what am I going to do with all this? And last night I sat here and I just really, I just had a, I love it. It's so beautiful. Okay, so just keep in mind the button is not on here yet. I I warped with dark brown hemp, and I'm actually going to include that in the kit along with all the bazillion beads and beads that we've never worked with before. Okay, here we go. Okay, so isn't it gorgeous? It's so beautiful. I just sat here and stared at it last night. It's so crazy cool. I mean, it totally looks like the headpiece, like the Indian headpiece. And I did keep, I did keep the pink bead. Because at first I was like, I don't know. Because if you look at his headpiece, it's got like a little piece of this pink in his headpiece. And I was like, do I put that in there? So what I did was you're going to get enough red beads in your June subscription to not use that pink one, but I'm going to give you one pink one in case you want that little bit. And then if you could just imagine, right? So, our normal closure there. And then we've designed the most sexy feather button that you can then, and it's like, when I say sexy, like it's curvy, right? So it's got a curve, and you're going to be able to like color it in, so like if you want to do the shading of all of this, I'm just so stoked with it. And it's a technique, very technique driven. This is not straightforward, let me just tell you. In fact, it might require just a little bit of wine, maybe, I don't know. It worked out really well though, but it's definitely a technique driven piece, and it's the turquoise and reds, and it's got that gorgeous pink, and then it's got burnt orange, and crystal and aqua, and like this really cool pearl green, but then you've also got little baby turquoise green. All together I believe there's going to be, do math really quick, 90 plus 52, so 142. So like it's 142 to 150 fire polish beads, and then the full strands of red and turquoise, and then that one look, not red, amber, amber. Um, anyway, it's gonna be so cool. And then the only thing I'm gonna need to know from you, so it kind of like evolved. You know how I do this. So at first I thought it was going to be cool, like you'll get to pick your own, but it doesn't make any sense anymore because it just went full on headpiece. So, but the sexy feather earrings or the pendant. So you'll have to let me know if you're in that, if you're in the June subscription, what you want, if you want the earrings or if you want the pendant, because I know not everybody wants earrings. So, but anyway, isn't it delightful? I'm so stinking excited. It's gorgeous. And we're going to have so much fun making it. But we got to make May. So I'm going to get to that for sure this weekend. I'm going to start doing the pearls. So we'll start, hopefully everybody has warped their loom with the wire. And so then we'll be ready to do the pearls this weekend. So awesome. So much stuff. So much stuff. This is what really fills me up. I love designing for you. I love curating for you. It also just means I love shopping, but then it's all about serving you. So yay. Oh my heck. Are you kidding me, Suzanne? You just got your May kit. That is so weird that it took all that time. Um, Amber, I probably, it's just going to be a pre-taped one tutorial because I want to remember, I want to get these going to where the content can go live in a safe place. So I'll probably tape it and then just upload that. But we do need to figure out, I'm just thinking on the lives, remember how we did a Thursday night and then we did a Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, for March. I was kind of thinking about that. And yeah, so gosh, Suzanne, God bless you. I don't know why that took so long. That was just crazy, super crazy. So, okay. Yay. Beat on, my wisdom warriors. Yay, yay, yay. And yeah, oh, and as far as June goes right now, I think there are only 3 or 4 spots left because I think somebody accidentally um, didn't remember that it auto renews. And so I've got a 2 timer. And so if that person, if indeed they don't want 2 subscriptions, then I'm going to say that there are 4 spots left in June. So yeah. All right. Love you too. Love you, love you, love you. And I will probably see you soon because I want to start making the pyramid bracelet as well. I need to clone myself. I just want to make so many things. Thank God I have a bazillion jewel looms. We need to get Sabrina one. Okay, guys. Love you. Love you, love you, love you. Have a blessed week. I'll see you again. Did you get Sabrina? I think so, honey. Yeah, right? Yeah, I think you're down for that. And if you're not, I will totally let you know, but I'm almost positive you are. Yeah. It's exciting, huh? So, okay. All right. Be well, be good. Weave on, sisters and brothers. How many pyramids do we need? I'll tell you what, I'm just going to commit to coming back tomorrow and doing that. But how many? Well, there's 30. There's 30 in a bag. So you need 12 millimeter pyramids and you need 6 millimeter. If you do it the way I'm going to show it, you would need you would need what you call these 6 millimeter fire polish. I'm going to be working with those really cool pink vitriol deliciousness ones, and then the 12s. Yeah. So okay, I'll see you again real soon. I'll let you know what time tomorrow. Okay, I got to eat. I'm starving. Okay, bye. Yes, and batteries for my thing. Oh my gosh, please, somebody send batteries for my burner. I can't believe I still don't have batteries. I'm so lame. Okay, bye.